Okay, rundown. Here we go. Special edition. Today is what? March 7th. Oh, so people of Illinois, if you are in the state of Illinois, remote registration is back on in Illinois, meaning you used to have to go to a casino in Aurora. Now you can just go on your phone, boop, 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 sign up anywhere. We're doing a special for all you people. Bet $20 in the Bulls tonight. This is just Illinois. $20 new accounts on the Bulls tonight. All right, versus Sixers versus spread, and you'll get an automatic, basically, future. They complicated it because that's what Wesley likes to do. You get $500 if the Bulls win the East, and you'll get $100 if DeRozan wins the scoring title. So you become eligible for those by betting $20 on the Bulls tonight versus spread. Sixers, all new accounts. We're doing that because today, the 5th was the first day of registration that you could do it remotely. Today's the first day the Bulls have played since then. Okay. High noon. Okay, making sure that wasn't because I'm having mic issues. Can you guys hear me all right?
Yes.
Okay, perfect. High noon. I got the pineapple. I'm out of passion fruit because I bury the passion fruit. But everyone knows by now, real vodka, real juice. What are your power lineup? Mine is passion fruit, watermelon, pineapple.
I'm peach, pineapple, black cherry.
Have you had passion fruit?
No.
Black cherry. I don't like black cherry anything.
Me neither. Me neither. I'm not black.
I like
no. Have you had passion fruit?
No, but I've heard you speak good of it, but I have not had it yet.
It
blows it out of the water.
Phenomenal.
What is passion fruit? Is that its own fruit? Or
I looked into it. The people like South America, yeah, it is. It's like a fruit. Also, a little known fact, when I did a thing, like, credit to High Noon, they only will do real flavors. So I was like, what should be the next flavors? And people were like, creamsicle and shit. They'll only do real fruit. So if they have it, it's a real fruit. Passion fruit's spectacular. Okay. We have half an hour.
Happy birthday, Kevin.
Thank you.
Today's your birthday?
Also, yesterday was my birthday. Also, early Tim Cobbett, March 8th. Shout out.
March 8th. Shout out Tim Cobbett. Yeah, I'm around the corner as well. Okay, Duke, North Carolina. I went on the record before the game. I said this is the easiest bet of all time. Take Carolina because Duke was going to be so fucking tight. They had a million players there. Krzyzewski makes it all about Krzyzewski. And they get blown out of the water. They just get blown out of the water. Krzyzewski gives a speech after. He's like, sorry, shut up. This wasn't on the program. Pretty surreal. You know, I don't like Duke, but to get that many guys to come back, I sort of tipped my cap to him. Also, at the handshake line, I originally thought Krzyzewski did not shake hands.
That was a tough one. That was a tough one.
Yeah, I mean, that was just
you see that, Kevin?
100% not, yeah, it just doesn't even look like Mike Krzyzewski.
He's a black guy.
Yeah, that was Edgartown Shark-esque. That was just crazy that you missed that.
I got home from dinner, and so I saw the end of the game, and I was just catching up. I saw it, and I got excited. So I tweeted it, but it doesn't even matter. It's because, that guy might as well be Krzyzewski because that's what he teaches. That's top down.
Did you hear why? It's the best.
Yeah, because
they're mad that UNC didn't celebrate Krzyzewski. The whole thing.
When they went to North Carolina.
Yeah, when they went to North Carolina.
Yeah.
I did like 25 minutes on the start of PMT today. I was so giddy. He is an egomaniac through and through. Obviously, best coach, one of the best coaches, whatever. I agree to that. The guy announced a retirement tour on June 3rd.
Yeah.
And he basically had every fucking stop suck his dick. Like, they gave him presents. I saw the Pitt student section was, like, celebrating him, like, every stop. And then he had the balls, like, last week to say that it's kind of been a celebration of Duke, but because he's stopping coaching, it's been more about him, and he's not comfortable with that. He said that.
Him and LeBron are very similar. Also, the single most, he's like, we got to continue to fight for the brotherhood. He's invented this like brotherhood thing, like it's the most important thing in the world. By the way, I would put that win for North Carolina. It's not a national championship, but that's like a Final Four type win.
That's going to be talked about forever.
You basically tarnished his legacy. You ruined his last game ever versus arch rival. it's supposed to be this huge homecoming, and you pissed in his mouth. That's what you did to him.
We had JJ Redick in studio today, and he was saying that UNC beat him on his senior night, and he like never hears the end of it. He's like, this will just be, he said it. He's like, you know, because he was there, obviously. He's like, it sucked. But the thing that really sucks is you just gave ammo to UNC for like the next 30 years.
College basketball is built off of rivalries and bragging rights. And in this case, UNC now has all the bragging rights for something that you know kills Coach K. The whole buildup, the bragging that it was the most expensive basketball game of all time, so fucking douchey. The people crying afterwards, fucking losers. I can't believe that Duke has the fan base that it has, because I know they win, but everything about them so fucking unlikable.
Yeah, and then you get the Martys of the world who go into it. But I will say, I wouldn't put it past, like, if I was in his shoes, I may be like, I get to coach 2 more years. Like, I can't go out losing my last game at my home court to my arch rival. That when you said that's bragging rights, you'll never get those back. You always beat Coach K in his last game in this trumped-up ceremony forever.
Yes, and he also, like, I wouldn't be shocked if he tries to coach another game at some point where, like, he's like John Shire gets hit by a bus and he's like, oh, I guess I'm here. I'll go sit on the sideline. The whole thing was nauseating. Our Duke fans at Barstool are the funniest group. I'm still asking. I mean, I don't want to talk about Rico because all I do is give the guy ideas, but my idea has always been that we need Hank, Jersey Jerry, Marty, and Rico to sit down, and the 4 of them combined try to take the SAT and see what they can get.
Oh yeah, no, they wouldn't get it. But they none of them would get it. Was Leitner there? No, right?
Yes,
he was.
He looked like a trucker. Yeah, he looked like
I didn't see him.
Yes.
So sticking.
How about, by the way, when they did the ceremony, they gave him a bench.
Yes.
And like a jersey, like for how much they trumped it up. Then the actual ceremony was like, what the fuck?
Well, I mean, they're wearing Brotherhood. He had his whole fucking thing out there.
Also, they already named the fucking court after him. Yeah, he's been playing on his own court. It's like Francesa going back to his studio. He's been playing on his own court for like 10 years.
I'm not going to get into the Rico advice thing, but you would have thought maybe they would have been in Krzyzewskiville. Like,
oh no. Well, you don't keep that same energy when you're talking about preseason San Francisco Giants games.
Yeah, I mean, it was
Kevin, Rico on Saturday night. I felt like he finally is coming back. He's like coming back a little bit, and he had a line to me. He's like, you don't see Dave criticizing certain redheaded guys in San Francisco, and I was like, are you talking about the Red Rhino, who's a high schooler that Dave saw one picture of and doesn't even work for us? And he's like, yeah, check still clears. I'm like, I don't think we pay him.
No, there is no check. A. B, I haven't talked to him in months. I still like the kid. And C, I haven't seen the footage of that. So I got to, before I send him to nap time, I got to see the context of what that was said. Speaking of all-time collapses at home, where the fan bases seemingly wrote in the score of the game before it happened, the Wisconsin premature ejaculation. I've seen the spin zone, Dan. You're like, no, I don't regret it. It's the best time of my life.
No, I don't.
I'm sure it was. But you can celebrate any game, anytime, any place, anywhere. What I want to know, the next game was at Wisconsin. They lost at home. If you beat Nebraska, you clinch outright. What was the thought?
Let me ask you a question. If they had lost to Nebraska, if they didn't celebrate and they lost to Nebraska, they still would have celebrated. Then you would have made fun of them.
No, they
wouldn't. Right?
You think they would have celebrated after a loss?
Tom Crean cut down the nets after a loss in a Big Ten
not like that. Not like that.
That happened.
Are you proud of that?
It happened. What?
Are you proud of that?
No, listen. All right. I got a couple things going on in my mind. One is you're a bubble boy.
I'm not on the bubble. No, I don't care. I like being. By the way, being on the bubble is an electric factory. When they do the committee on Sunday, I'm going to be there. I can celebrate like a fucking champ when it comes out.
You didn't even know you were in the bubble.
No, I'm not.
You didn't know you were in the bubble.
We're not on the bubble, but I'm going to act like we are. No, we're not.
You asked Lenardi. Lenardi has you in the bubble.
No, we're not in the bubble.
Yes,
the bubble is. My heart won't be racing for one bit. I'm going to pretend for the theatrics because I've always wanted to be on the bubble. Being on the bubble seems like the best thing in the world. So I hope we're on the bubble. Sitting there when they do that, is it going to be Michigan? Come on, we're running out of 11 seeds. That's electric. I hope we're on the bubble. I want to be part of it.
Okay. All right. So here are my thoughts. One, obviously that was a terrible, terrible loss. You can't lose Nebraska. It's a fucking terrible loss.
Correct.
Like, I don't know what it made me sick. I was very upset. I wish it had gone differently. I will hold Tuesday night in my head forever as like that was an all-time fun night. I don't really care. It sucks though. Losing Nebraska was fucking embarrassing. I was getting dragged across the internet, and I had to sit there and just take it. It sucks. It sucks. But
You had a fun night. A lot of people have fun nights. It devalued everything you did. It makes it seem like a joke.
I don't know, but I don't really, because like at the end of the day, it's fucking college kids. They were picked to lose. They were picked to be like 10th in the Big Ten.
We're doing it as college kids now.
Yeah. Yes.
Some things are bigger than sports. It's the kids.
But why did you celebrate before you could clinch outright?
I didn't fucking make the celebration. I just was part of it.
Well, can we get an answer to that?
Nebraska.
You have connections. I want to know.
We were going to beat Nebraska.
Yeah, but then if you beat Nebraska, you celebrate outright.
Honestly, I don't know what would have happened if it was not a close game. If they had beaten Purdue by like 20, would it have been the same? Because it's two top 10
But
teams.
weren't you guys holding the trophy?
Yeah.
And then what happens? It gets shipped to Carl?
No, there's two.
It's like put it on a FedEx train, get it to Carl?
I think you make your own trophy. It's no big deal. There's if they had won by 20, I don't know what would have happened. Because like it was the two top 10 teams, electric night, win with a shot with a second left.
Yeah,
that might have been part of it. I don't know. I do not know.
You can rush the court. You can have a celebration. You may want to wait on the Big Ten celebration.
I wish we should have beaten Nebraska. I forgot about. It's kind of like you in 2015. You forgot about the air. I forgot about Nebraska. Although
we're on the road. I mean, that's.
I did say to Greg Gard on the way out, I was like, "Do not lose to Fred Hoiberg," and he was like, "Okay," and I was like, "Well, I thought I told him. I thought it was very clear." Here's my problem. I was thinking about it. I care too much. I shouldn't care as much as I do. I was getting mad. I think the problem is I get twofold with you, Dave. One is anytime anyone has success, you hate it. You remember when the Blackhawks won and you said I was gay with Patrick Sharp? You can't stand.
There's still rumors out there.
You can't handle anyone else's.
No. I texted you on the side. I'm like, you guys are going kind of nuts on a co-Big Ten chip out with not for public consumption. And then you lose. There's nobody in the world.
We should have lost.
So you're saying if I was cutting down the nets and doing the Macarena and holding up trophies and Michigan lost as a double-digit favorite and was the 2 seed, you wouldn't be like, that was a little bit premature, that celebration.
No, we shouldn't have lost to Nebraska.
So that had nothing with me. I would have been doing a disservice if we didn't bring attention to what I think is the greatest. It's you and Leon Lett, but they won the game.
Listen, and the other part that I mean, you've put yourself in a perfect spot that you come in and out with Michigan, and it's like if they lose, you're going to be like, we're a football school. And then if football loses, you're like, we're a basketball school. I'm going to die when Wisconsin loses because they are going to lose in the March Madness. They're probably not like.
No, well, listen, we're coming off a playoff. We're coming off a playoff in football. We aren't as good. We have arrested Juwan Howard. It's all upseed. I get to enjoy the bubble. You have failure in your face. You're right. It's not me coming in. Dan, it's not coming. You saw it. It's not me coming in and out. It's not me coming. It's not me coming in and out because you saw my.
Yes, it is.
No, you saw when I ripped up the thing. It's like I think it's about time I playing ball again. So that had nothing to do with Michigan or Wisconsin. It's like I don't watch college I don't watch sports if I'm not gambling, unless like Sunday football Patriots, because I'll start gambling. I'm responsible.
Right, but I that's my point. Is I've watched this team all year. I like to watch the games. I'm like very invested in them. It crushed me that we lost to Nebraska.
Okay,
and like you have the ability to go in and out. Where it's like if Michigan loses, you're gonna have a fine life.
No,
I was sick yesterday.
Turned on the TV for the first time in 3 weeks. Literally, my computer TV all set up. The first thing I saw was you were half naked, hoisting trophies. Paint. I'm like, oh, Dan won the national championship. And I'm tuning back in. I'm like, oh, wait, that's Co. I texted you. I'm like, what did you guys just win? You're like, Big Ten regular season Co. And then
I thought we were going to beat Nebraska.
The next game,
them to not lose to Nebraska.
12.5-point favorites. Clear. And I see Carl doing the same thing.
I said to all of them. I said to every single one on the team, don't lose to Nebraska. I was very clear with what I said.
So you don't think it ruins what happened, your celebration? Yes, I get it's fun, but
like last night, yeah, like honest answer. Last night sucked. It sucks right now. I think in like a month I won't care. Okay. In a month I'll be like, that was an awesome night. Honestly, I'm just being honest. Because like then it will just like
I know. Hang on. Let me just say this, Dave. I know people love us getting back together for the rundown. You saying that you want to be on the bubble is an all-time spin zone from Dave. Put it in the legendary books. We're back on Skype doing rundowns, and Dave says he's excited to be on the bubble.
I am. That's not a joke.
I came to the realization.
You would rather be on the bubble than just have like.
I don't know in my adult life I've ever been on the bubble. Like they've either been bad and missed it, or like a 1 or 2. I'm excited. I'm gonna have popcorn. I'm gonna do the selection committee. I'm not gonna let people spoil it for me. Yeah, say I'm on the bubble. I don't think we are, but I'm going to act like I am.
He's in a win-win situation. Big Ev and I were just sitting this morning just being like, this guy, he just can't keep getting away with this. He just shows up.
What?
It fucking hammers us and then
Breaking Bad.
And then disappears when his team
away with this.
Yeah, his team was shit in January. And
then they have 4 big wins. We beat Ohio State, Michigan State, Iowa, and Purdue all in the last month. We're in fine. Bubble. I want to be a bubble. Let's bubble.
Big Ev was like,
would you rather be on the bubble or just like locked in at like a 9 seed, 8 seed, like a higher
seed? Maybe a 9. The question is, would I rather have been like Big Ten champs or on the bubble? I may take the bubble. The bubble.
See, this is why I can't win. But I'm at peace with it. So Big Ev was like, yeah, Ohio State played Michigan yesterday. Ohio State was killing them in the first half, not a peep. And then Big Ev goes to Dave's Twitter at the end of the game, and it's the Michigan flag going back and forth.
Well,
it's like, you can't win.
No.
If Michigan hadn't won, he wouldn't have said a word.
We're not really telling the truth of how that went. I was on a plane. I was watching that game, and Michigan was behind early. I'm not going to say the second they took the lead, I tweeted, pour it on these chumps. It was like a 2-point game when that happened, and we blew them out of the house. And Big Ed probably ate fucking so many chips and put on so much fucking weight watching that. All we do is beat Ohio State. I didn't know Big Ev and his fat face were involved in this.
I'm giving you a compliment. Yesterday, when Nebraska beat Wisconsin, it ruined my day.
It should have. That is a legacy-changing celebration.
No, it's not.
Yeah,
that ruined my day.
That ruined my day. That entire day will live on forever.
What are you talking about?
Dan, you had paint on your body holding a trophy that you didn't really win.
That was before the game. I put paint on my body to get the people going.
But you were on stage with the fucking best.
We want to share the Big Ten.
You're the 2 seed.
We want to share the Big Ten.
2 seed.
The record will always show that there's 2 Big Ten champion winners, which happens like every other year, by the way.
Well, if you didn't blow it, you were favored by 12. All right. It'll live on forever.
This is the most you've looked at the Big Ten standings in a very long time.
No, I've been paying attention from afar. Go back. Every time Michigan won this month, I tweeted after the win, punch our ticket. Every time. Like
every time Michigan wins, I won.
Yes. Well, yes, Kevin, I'm at peace with this because I woke up today and I was like, I gotta just fucking relax because it's like I'm too invested in a fucking sport that I know. That's the worst part is like I know Wisconsin is not going to win a national title. I've said it many times, ever in my lifetime. So I have to celebrate little steps.
But when people remember, and you're going to lie, so I'll ask Kevin, when people, it's like the Duke. When people remember this season.
Whose legacy night got ruined more? With Krzyzewski losing or with Dan losing after the fact?
But when people remember this Wisconsin season, that's the game they're going to remember.
I think that, and I think they'll also remember the fact they were picked like 10th.
No, I don't think so.
No one had him in the tournament.
No, I don't think
I didn't have him in the tournament.
It is
be a 2 or 3 seed.
Duke won the regular season ACC. Only people are going to remember them losing at home. That's their season unless they win the title. That's it. That's what Wisconsin did. And that unprovoked attack on Juwan and arrested Juwan come back.
Yeah, your coach can't fucking stop smushing people in the face every 2 seconds.
Well, maybe don't blow conference titles as 12-point favorites and celebrate.
Maybe you're on the bubble, boy.
I don't know who decides. I want to talk to Wisconsin. I hope I'm on the bubble.
You are on the bubble boy.
Good. That's on
and you fucking idiots will be like, when they get in, Michigan's going to get in, but they're on the bubble.
Well, that's not a bubble then. That's not a bubble.
No. Dave, do you know how the tournament works? If enough fucking upsets happen in conference tournaments, you could be out.
No, but we're not even in the last 4 in right now, according to Lenardi.
But if you have up, like Oregon State won the Pac-12 last year, right?
So you think there's going to be like 8 of those?
Who the fuck knows? But if there are, you're out and I'm still in.
Okay, well, if some butts with candy every day would be Halloween.
That's the bubble, buddy. Pop it.
Dan, I'd rather be going in as a bubble right now than what you just suffered.
Can we just say though, the real like tragedy in this is that it would have been Michigan, Wisconsin in the second round of the Big Ten, which would have been great.
Yeah, and that's another thing. I'm going to go on the record. We've won the Big Ten title tournament a lot. I don't care. Like the only thing and I asked this with Wisconsin when you guys are prematurely celebrating. I only care about the real tournament. That's all that really matters to me.
Right, and my rebuttal to that is there are 380 basketball schools, like 15 of them win national titles. If you're only watching it for the tournament, then like I don't know what's like.
But like the tournament, like it's successful, like grade 8, Final Four, depending on how you are. Those are great runs, great seasons. I'm
saying like celebrating, like being invested in a sports team that you know is almost guaranteed never going to win a title. Like, you obviously have to celebrate other things. Otherwise, what's the point?
No, but I agree. But, like, watching teams make runs deep into the tournament is successful.
Of course, the tournament's awesome.
But that's what makes basketball a little bit different. There's nothing else like that, really, where you make deep runs and, like, yes, it's worth it.
I hope you're in the tournament.
If you make the run to the Final Four, does that erase that loss to UNC?
No, they have to win it.
Well, here's the thing.
Have to win. If they lose the title game, do you still think?
If they win the title game, it erases it, yes.
If Duke wins it all,
does not erase. Have to win.
If they win it all, does it also make the UNC win even like we fucking beat you?
UNC has it, but Krzyzewski going out with the national title would do it. All right, I know we're on time frame.
I'd kill myself.
We have a bunch of things, so we're not going to probably get through them all because
you guys can keep going. If I got to get out at 2:30, but you can keep going if you want.
Bear boxing routine. This video, it's always fun to say it's from Russia, but Russia's attacking the world, so I don't know. But it's probably from Russia. I don't know. This video makes no sense. There's 2 guys boxing, and there's a bear looks like he's on a trampoline or in the back, like pumping. I don't know what's going on.
I did have the same thought as you, though. I was like, that's Russia, and that used to be funny, and now
they took that
takes
from
away
us.
like an old blogger card that we always used to do.
It's tough.
The dash cams where it's like you just see
the
asteroids,
the fucking buildings and shit.
They ruined it. They
stole it.
Russia's bunch of jerks ruined it for all of us.
And sticking with Russia, and I don't know how this story's not. I don't know. I just kind of laugh, but bigger. Brittney Griner is detained in Russia for months because they found fucking a vape cartridge in her luggage, and now she's just in the gulag. That's fucking bananas.
When did she get detained?
She's been detained for months, I think.
I feel like if you're in a country where shit's going south, you got to get the fuck out of there.
Vape cartridge?
Oh, no, don't get me wrong. It's totally bullshit. But, like, that's what happens in these countries. You get pinched for, like, a little bit of weed or some stupid shit, like, drunk in public, and you go to, like, jail. It's fucked.
So is she, like, what's the deal now?
She's
it's
just detained. Like, I read something today. Her wife is basically like, we barely hear from her. I can't, like, get through the day. We don't know what's going on with her. I guess the embassy, U.S. embassy, sort of talked like we're trying to get her out. I feel like it's also kind of sexist because if this was like a big name basketball star, I can't believe this isn't a bigger story because she's a pretty fucking big name.
Yeah.
But also, what do you do now? Like, the U.S., like, if you go try to use, like, force to get her back or something, it's a country that's, like, Brittney Griner is going to launch World War III if you fucking
She
go.
may just never be heard from again.
Yeah. It's
not
it's a fuck story.
It's not too dissimilar, Dave, to this predicament I'm in where I owe someone a favor still.
Oh, yeah. How are you and Rico at, by the way? I saw him. Rico's he seems like he really doesn't like you now.
Well, I don't really like him.
I'm going to bounce real quick. So
okay.
I'll let you guys
if anybody else was...
Well, he doesn't like you either.
Well, he's never liked me, but he's throwing things at you now. Like, am I allowed to tweet little like shots? Which
he's being all right. I called him on Thursday night, and I literally was like, it was like the Tony Soprano when he's like slapping Frank, what's his name? Jackie Aprile Jr. in the bathroom, and he's like, "Put your hands up, like fight me like a man." I was like, "Pick your fucking self off of the mat and stop being a pity party." Like he's quote tweeting tweets from 5 days ago, being like, "Oh, I'm a scumbag, I'm a weirdo, I'm a dildo."
Well, he is, but the thing that also he's an idiot. Like the one that stuck out to me is Carl's like, "I just saw 4 Iowa players. I want to talk shit to Iowa."
Yeah,
it's like Carl went to Illinois. He's at the game. He's like a vested interest. You have nothing to do with Wisconsin, Iowa, I think it was. That's what he does. And by the way, he did get up off the mat a little bit with that Wisconsin loss, but
which he wasn't right. There's nothing about what he's done has been right this year because I don't know if you know his initial take. It's the Johnny Davis. If Wisconsin didn't have Johnny Davis, they wouldn't be good.
Yeah.
And also he's playing the game where it's like they're not a national championship contender. It's like, well, I know that. I never said they were. Like, that's just...
So where's the state of riderhood?
I'm not a rider. I am not a rider right now. He has to win me back because all I do is give. It's Lexington Ave, Dave. All I do is give. And he never, ever returns.
Is he coming into the office or is he still taking March off?
He'll be in the office later on this week. Dave, the DP show where we gave him, like, I don't know, pretty good ideas.
Yeah.
His only takeaway from that was that like the Greg Gard video was the worst video ever, and then he said that you said that the Jersey Mike's video was an embarrassment to Barstool and ruined 20 years of what we did. I was like, find me that quote from Dave, and he couldn't find it. But that's what he does. He takes a little piece and makes this big fucking thing, and it's like Dave never said that.
I did see one thing where I said he would never be like a superstar or something.
Ooh.
I mean, that's a fact. I hope I'm wrong. I hope
the big three.
I hope he's Rick Vaughn, where he takes the ball and he throws it. He's like, I'm going to shove it up your ass. My word isn't bond, but I don't know. First of all, it's hard to become a superstar when you've blocked 75% of the population. So how do you get to those numbers when 75%, your numbers will always be lower because you've denied 75% of the population.
And I told him, I was like, the best piece of advice, again, I don't know why I keep trying to give him advice because it just goes nowhere. It goes like literally, it goes, we need Millmore to make some type of cartoon where me and you are talking and the advice goes into Rico's brain and then it goes into machine and it just goes, these two guys are skells and they hate me. And like that's all that happened. Yeah, it bounced. But I told him, I was like, March 1st, unblock everyone and tell everyone that it's a new fucking day, gonna kill March, go block him again, but give that piece to the people. He was like,
he's retweeting, and we've seen this in private. He is retweeting, and I'll leave it this, like people he thinks are being really mean, and they're just like, Rico, you're an idiot. He's like, see what I got to deal with? See what I got to deal with? They call me an idiot.
Yeah, like like my mentions yesterday were a dumpster. Like people were being so mean to me. That's part of the game.
Yeah.
You have the highs, you have the lows. Like everyone in the world was coming at me yesterday. It sucked, but it's just it is what it is.
All right, moving along. Since KFC's gone, we'll just go through these quick. Bellarmine, by the way, I bet against them in the beginning of the season. Not eligible for the tournament. They may win their conference tournament because there's a rule in the NCAA that when you join Division I, you need an adjustment period. It makes no sense. It's one of the dumbest rules I've ever heard. Reeves blogged it. Not only are they not eligible, if there's a chance that a team could get sent to the tournament who lost to another team, like
That's
who went further. Makes no sense. So that's in there. Dumb them. Esports, this video's going around. We get this every year. The esports nerds are the new popular kids. Like they're doing this thing I don't even know where they are. It is wild. Big Baby at the Celtics.
I saw this. Yeah.
He sat front row, took somebody's seat, and right when the cameras went to him, like the guy's like, hey, you're in my seat. Big Baby got caught doing that. And then this last video, which I showed to you, but I don't think people totally get what happened. But Saturday in the morning, Elio, he's like, I'm in this big horse racing tournament. It's like you bet all the races at Gulfstream, Santa Anita. You got to bet 10 races during the day. It's $3,500 to enter. 25 goes into the pool. Elio joins these all the time. Like 150, 175 people entered. Elio and I have never come close to winning. I started getting hot, and so you have 2,500 to bet with. Heading into the last race of the whole thing, I had 17,000 in sixth place. Nobody bets like me, really, because real money. So if you bet, that's like if I bet $100, I cash 17 grand. I'm like, fuck it, I'm not here to hedge. I put it all on the 3-horse, 17-1. If he wins the race, I win by far the biggest horse race wager I've ever placed. If I win the race, it's 17 grand times 4. Plus I have my 17, plus I come in first place, which was about 75 grand, plus free entry into all these tournaments that are like 10 grand there, 10 grand. It's like 200 grand. It was the worst beat. This horse fought his fucking dick off, and I had an 8:15 dinner reservation, and it was 8:05 when the race ended. That's why people are like, why weren't you filming it? Elio was. I fell down, face down. I was just on my floor with my face in the ground, and Sylvan's like, we gotta go. It's like, I can't move. I'm paralyzed.
You need a buffer zone. You need at least 30 minutes to get over that. I actually was saying the other day.
30 minutes? We've been trying to win. I asked Elio, is that the worst beat we've ever had? He's like, by far, not even close.
No, I'm saying like 30 minutes to just become a regular human being again.
You'll
never get over it.
If I was alone, I wouldn't have moved till sundown. I mean, sunlight.
So this is an idea I have because you sent it to me and I was like, I knew what the result was because you told me, and I watched it and I was like, how does this horse lose? Like this horse, it was going to win, and
he came back on the inside, took the lead. It was the heavy favorite who beat him. It's just for that much money. First of all, to turn I don't think people get in the span of 6 hours to turn 2,500 into 200 grand is impossible. But I was there. I was a bob away from doing it. And just the glory, Elio and I will never win one of those things, ever. No. It would have also been one of the all-time debates. Because Elio, when I joined the contest, he's like, are we doing partners? I'm like, yeah, sure. He goes, all right, 60-40 me. I'm like, no. We debated all the way and never came to an agreement. And as I started winning, he started being like, okay, how are we doing? Partners, right? Like, I was like, no, dude.
I wish that that would have been great to see. So my idea though, we need to come up with, because we've talked about this before. Everyone has to have like a gambling like inner circle that you can just basically bitch about. Like I send you stuff all the time, you send me stuff. I have a couple friends I send stuff. We should have like a tech support or like a hotline that you can call after a bad beat just to bitch. So someone can be like, that's fucked up. That's so fucked up. Like that's so fucked up. That's all you need. Because like I did it the other day with that Kentucky Arkansas game. They hit a buzzer beater. I made my entire family, fucking 2.5-year-old and a 9-month-old, sit and rewound the game and watched it, being like, watch this. And they're like, we don't know what this is.
Yeah, and I was going to say that. Sylvan's not the biggest sports fan, but she can kind of get like a bad beat back. She had no idea with horse racing. She's just like, oh, you lost. It's like, no.
Right.
This was like an all-day contest that came down to a beat. I think that's it.
So where are you at? Where are we at with March Madness in terms of like, I need you back?
Yeah, I'm back. I've been on the ropes. North Carolina was a good win. Texas -6.5. Killed against.
That was so fun.
And Syracuse blew a 10-point lead with 2 minutes to go. So, but I'm doing okay. I'm doing okay.
But are you like?
Yeah, I'm
mentally,
back. I plan on being back. Yes.
You're mentally ready.
I got to get these stitches out of my head. I had the hair surgery, so I'm just going to relax here in sunny Florida. Stitches come out a week from Wednesday. I'm going to jump on a plane and I'll be ready to go.
Okay, good. Because I mean,
I know it's the best 4 days of the year. Yeah. Yep.
It is the best.
Like, I know if I didn't have my stitches out and I was gambling, my head hurt so much during that, they'd explode.
Yeah. I wish you were back for conference tourney.
No, that's good. That's my worst week every year.
But it's the best week.
No, I know.
That Friday has like 100 games.
But in my tax bracket, I'd lose $1 million, and Westy would just lap it right up, and I can't have that.
I'm getting hot again. I'm going to get hot again. I'm going to stay hot. I went 10 in a row. Oh, yeah, Mr. Ice, by the way. I feel like we had that conversation on Wednesday. We're like,
yeah, he's
going to get cold.
Yeah. I mean, I don't know what that big bazooka. It was like you had 2 gigantic favorites and there's 1 over loss. So it wasn't even close. All right.
All right. So do you want to say congratulations on Big Ten champs?
Co-champs blowing it.
That's fine.
If that's what you want. Congrats on co-champs.
We should. I can't say it enough. I very specifically said to them, do not lose to Nebraska.
Yeah, it's like Michael Scott. I told her not to cheat on me, and she did.
No one listened to me. No one listened to me.
Later.
All right, see you.